Live.
All right.
We are live.
Righty
Hello,
ho,
Houston.
neighbors.
Hey, Houston. How are you doing, Houston? We are live.
All
Uh,
right. We're live.
live. Okay. We are live. Okay. I blocked my YouTube just to see what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
How many people we have? Let me see. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Comments. Hey guys, we are
Desert Rat. What's up,
about
Desert Rat?
to
How's it going,
start.
man?
We are about to start.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, I will upload it and people will join. Yesterday I was chatting with some guys, this Copper guy, and like they were running show for like 6 hours. I guess,
A stream for 6 hours,
yeah, I think even more, even 9 hours, because it was lunchtime. I joined.
right?
I spent some time with them, and then like 9 o'clock, I see they still alive. And then, guys, you crazy? They say, yeah, we usually running half day.
Well, the thing is, there's other videos out there that run for 10 hours, but they're usually the ones that help you sleep at night. So I hope that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, very strange. When I now we do go live, it's wider. Picture is wider.
Right.
Very, very interesting. I just merge it. Okay. So last time, when we finished, where we finished? We finished on credit story to
Well,
accumulate
yeah, we
our
wanted to
freedom.
talk about that for sure. Silver Conundrum, there he is. I know you can't stay long, brother, but thanks for joining us tonight. Yeah, so we were talking about some other things like what you would do with your silver, of course, but here we're going to talk about, I guess, silver credit. And in my case, I like to think about what the best ways are, I guess, to accumulate silver using credit. And I know that's a bad word for a lot of people. But the thing is, what needs to be understood is that the credit system is not the capable, strong, very rigid, penalizing system that it used to be. When it first started back in 1959 with the Diners Club, and then on the MasterCard and the Visa and stuff, there were very strict rules for you to actually get credit. And then once you had it, there were very, very big restrictions on you holding it. You had to be very responsible with it. You had to pay exactly like they said. You didn't have a choice. If you did not do that, your name would become mud. And you would have no access to credit and no access to a lot of things, probably even bank loans at that point, because it's all part of your credit score. Today, fast forward some 60, almost 70 years, and actually it's 7 years. We are at a point now to where the credit system, in my belief, is on the way out. And as a result, you see all of these offers and these things coming in the mail, 0% financing, home equity, line of credit, all these things coming in the mail because they are desperate in the banking system to make sure everyone moves money velocity, however and whenever that looks like, whether it's currency that you earn or whether it's credit that you borrow or use. They want the dollars moving in the system, and they're not right now. So they're going to throw everything at anybody, even if you don't have a job. Remember the ninja loans from 2007, 2008, back during the housing crisis? No job, no income, ninja loans. That was part of that whole thing. And it's gotten even worse since then. So my point is this. My point is you no longer have to be so afraid of the outcome of credit default. As you can see from our governments, they're certainly not concerned about the outcome of defaulting on credit, which is what we live on in our governments. So I know it's a badge of honor to have a clean credit score, a big credit score, and to have empty credit cards and carry no balance and pay no interest and all that stuff. But that's about to come to an end. The credit system as we know it, along with the currency system, is about to come to an end. Now, will it be Tuesday? Will it be tomorrow or next month or next year? I don't know, but it's going to be soon. My point is this. However long it's going to take for the credit system to finally die out with currencies, during that time, gold and silver are going to be rocketing up to heights we have never even imagined. Okay, and we can imagine a lot. So why not take a dying medium of currency that they created in a corrupt system? And mind you, credit cards, they are not some ethereal companies that are unto themselves. Credit cards are created by the very banks that are causing the problems we have right now. So don't feel bad about using them, and don't feel bad about where they end up. As long as you can use them, you do your part. You stay moral. You stay legal. You pay your bills. Use the credit to get precious metals if you are low. If you don't have any precious metals, but you've got $30,000 worth of credit, that's a call sign. Now, mind you, like I
Yeah.
think you did, Silver Game of Thrones, you were able to acquire, I think, a credit card with low interest. Is that correct?
Yeah. So two things I want to add. So
Sure.
first of all, what you say, I see two sides, two sides in this story.
Hmm.
The first side looks like to me that they give a very good opportunity for people with a higher score. That's what
Right.
I am feeling, because for people with a higher score, they think they will be able to pay the debt. And for example, for me, they gave me like $20,000 just because I have credit score, and I hardly use any debt, But
Right.
this is one side of the story. On another side of the story, I see videos where people say, they just cut the maximum limit, maximum credit on
Right.
many credit cards they are cutting, and I believe they are cutting based on your credit score. If your
Right.
credit score is not enough, they just cut it, because that's what they do. For people with a
Ooh,
good
wow.
credit score, give more. For people
Right.
with a bad credit score, just take away.
Right.
Don't you think so?
Well,
It's
yeah, it is. Well, it is. But the thing is, so now you're talking about getting into what I guess is the personal default. And usually what happens in a case like that, well, at least in the United States, is you'll have the option to file some level or some chapter of bankruptcy. And, I know that doesn't sit well with a lot of people either. If you, for some reason, can't pay your credit, I say don't get there in the first place. If they're going to tighten up, and that's what you're talking about, they're tightening up credit, correct?
Yeah, yeah, they are doing
Right.
this, but I don't know, because I have my situation. I don't know everyone, but if you, I a little bit dig into this area, and if you want to know your credit limit, it's very hard to get. Okay, we'll give
Ah.
you credit card,
Hmm.
but even I try say, okay, let's say Chase Unlimited. What will
Hmm.
be maximum credit you can give to me? No one is telling you. Even you
Right.
call them, they say we cannot tell you now. Yeah, right now you need to apply, and they have
Uh-huh.
specific attributes to validate it. Because there are two things here. First of all, do I have like good APR?
Right.
Zero, whatever
Right.
APR.
What's your percentage? Mhm.
And second, how much of this APR I can use? Because if they give me 2,000 credits, then why I need it, right? Headache.
Right.
It's too
Exactly. You
cheap.
can't really.
Yeah. So it's very interesting, and I believe they are cutting, this credit limit for low credit score. This is what my feeling. I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong.
Right. Well, the thing is, and it kind of makes sense a little bit. And this is not to disparage, low income stackers or no income stackers, because there are some out there, whether they were always, low or no income, or whether they recently came upon the unfortunate circumstances of low or no income. Basically, that's kind of like the credit system telling you not to bother entering, because you're not going to be able to help the system stay afloat as long as they want it to. And that's basically what they want to get. So they're stuck. They want to get people in to build money velocity, but they also want to make sure that people that are in can pay the least the minimum to maintain money velocity. In their minds, they think they can actually save the system. They cannot. They can slow it down. They can try to contain it, but it is going to go under. Um, so
Yeah.
I think in that respect, that kind of is a window closing if you think about it. It's, we had super loose credit, say 5 years ago. Now it's tightening up. And for those of you that are on the fence and you're thinking this is something you want to explore, let's explore, right? You are going to want to probably make a move sooner than later if you feel that you're eligible. Now, it goes back to what I was saying about deciding to enter this world of credit. There are a handful of things you've got to have in place first. I recommend that you have a steady income, and not just a steady income, but some disposable income. Say, for instance, you're on a program where your price cost averaging buying precious metals at the rate of $100 a month. Okay, so you're going to have an extra $100 a month to buy precious metals, maybe 3 or 4 eagles, whatever you're going to do, and that is your plan for like the next 2 to 5 years. Well, I have it on pretty good experience that we are not going to have easy access to precious metals for the next 2 to 5 years. I think it's going to dry up sooner than that. However, that's just my opinion. But if that's the case, and you know that the job you have or the career you have is one that's going to hold up, that means now you have the ability to front run your projected income and consolidate that into what would be a line of credit. So basically what you're doing is you're getting a credit card you don't need, okay, to purchase precious metals that you want with income that you will get, if you get my drift. So that $100, you get a credit card, maybe gives you a credit limit of $7,000, $10,000, maybe $15,000. Sometimes you can get more depending on what your credit score is. But then you dabble around and you find out that you can call and find out what your minimum payment is going to be for a certain sum that you spend. So say, for instance, you know you have $100 a month that you could dedicate to that credit card and maintain the minimum payment, because I'll tell you about the clock in a minute. So now you look and you say, if I spend $7,500 on that card, the minimum payment is going to be $100 a month. Okay, let me go in and get as much silver as I can for $7,500, less the fees, less any possible taxes or anything like that. All right, and now that payment comes in. You owe $99.95 a month. That money goes straight to the minimum payment for now, like an interest-only payment on your house. But I'm telling you, what you're doing is you're buying enough precious metal, not just to have in your stack, but an excess amount where you could take that extra amount. Say, for instance, if you bought 110 ounces, say, instead of 100, 10 ounces of that stack needs to be ready to help you dissolve the principal of your debt as the precious metal goes up in price. When I tell you guys that the violent increase in the price of precious metals, silver and gold, is going to outstrip anything, I mean anything, housing deflation, your income, any kind of inflation in your debt, taxes that the governments might try to extend or grow on you, gold and silver is going to outperform all that by probably a factor of 5 or 10. My point is this: buy enough precious metals to have, using credit, and then make sure you buy an excess to help pay down that credit as precious metals, outstrip the amount you owe on a credit card. You'll see it when it happens. And watch the channels. Watch SilverGameOfThrones. He'll tell you. He goes, yes, I borrowed $7,000 in credit, and then the extra 10 Silver Eagles I bought, they went up 500%. So I'm going to use that to pay down the principal. Now I only owe $2,000 on my credit card, but it only cost me initially $550 to do it. Get my drift? So that's how you're playing it. You're basically going to leverage yourself on an asset that has a scheduled price structure. The spot market is a scheduled price structure. It does not go away, and it has to, at some point, with manipulation, without, track higher to deal with the amount of money printing that's going on. You take that energy and you put it towards any bills that you may have accrued in credit. Just make sure those bills fit within the minimum payment of your excess capital.
Yes. Per month. A little bit explore, right? Let's explore on this topic.
Let's explore.
So, you talk about this a lot, right? And I was listening, and for me, it was always like, it's not my way, because everyone has his way, right?
That's right.
Think, it's not my way. I buy like every week I buy, whatever I can, this is my way. But then, like one day it like strike on me, like, okay, what this guy is talking about? Like, is it real? Like, maybe he's like to suffer.
Right.
Maybe he's like to suffer because no one wants debt. No one won't go sleep and have, $1,000 of debt on his head. And then when I explore it and I see like it's really easy because I'm all in now. And it's really easy because there are two ways. Okay. Or you take a loan, and I try go this way. And man, how complicated is this? You need bunch of paperwork. You need to, some asset, like, okay, what I have house or I have some condo, which you need to, give them instead of your loan. And then you will pay 3-5% because, during the year, and then you need to pay money to execute it, like $1,000. So it's like, with the silver, all you need is a high credit score. Once you have high credit score, it's two things only. Get the credit card with 0 APR, and second, get the maximum credit allows. For example, I told you, like, I got email, from my bank and say, hey, we can give you like $20,000 credit card. I say, wow, it's exactly, I'm thinking about this, and they propose. They see your credit and they propose you. So you don't even
Right.
need to work hard here. You just
No,
need
you
to
don't. That's very easy. Yes.
you just need to call them and ask. So basically, I received some new credit card, and what I did, it's only two things. I asked them, hey, is it really zero API, not a balance forward? All this crap, and you have debt and
Right.
moves.
Hidden fees and
Yes, sir, it's zero APR. How
yeah.
much I need to pay? Let's say $10,000. How much I need to pay monthly? And she told
Yes.
me 1%.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as you pay 1%, as
Right.
far as you pay your debt after, let's say, some period of time, 1 year or 1.5 year, pay
Mm-hmm.
the rest, zero worries, and
Yes. Zero interest.
you just in a time machine. You just time machine.
Amen.
You buy today and let in inflation run, and you basically like you are moving in 1.5 year ahead.
Yes, exactly. So let's take, for example, let's take the month of August, for example. The month of August was a very exciting month for all of us stackers. I think we can agree on that. And that was during the period, I think, during the second week where we saw silver go from 19 to 22 to 29 in like 2 weeks. You guys, I'm sure, remember that, right?
Yep. Yep.
So depending on the size of your stack, it doesn't really matter. It's all about percentages. At this point here, from say $19 to $29 is clearly 33%. Okay, that's in any mathematical scale you want to look at. A
Yeah.
33%. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupt you. I even did a video. 33% what it was on a spot, but on real physical, it was almost more than 50%. Or real.
It was.
Yes.
When you throw in the premiums, oh yeah, the premiums were nuts.
Yes.
They were. And by the way, just real quick, also, that's something to keep in mind is that the premiums will move exponential to the spot price as we go up. You can make the same argument on the way down, but down's not going to be in our future very much. Maybe once or twice again. I doubt it. But yeah, so those premiums move up exponential to spot. So if spot goes up $1 at this point when we're over $25 an ounce, you can expect premiums to probably climb about $3. It depends on what the coin is. Libertas, for some reason, climbed $6, for every dollar of spot that the metal goes up. But my earlier point is basically that credit card, like you said, is a time machine. So using August as our litmus for the way that precious metals can perform in manipulated conditions. Guys, the manipulation is real. Right now on the COMEX, they are projecting the physical that they owe out for September on to March. Now, if you don't know what that means, every quarter they have to reconcile the previous quarter's physical. If they cannot deliver it, they have to eat those contracts, and it costs the banks a mint to do that. Normally in a month like September going in October, they can go ahead and they can project out to December, and by the end of the year try to come up with the physical be fine. No, they're already past that. They're so far renegotiation or reneging on those contracts for September, they can't even look at December. They got to look at March now, which means they are way over leveraged and way overloaded in contracts. So that's
two things they are doing, or they need to give deliveries, like three things, or give deliveries, okay, or postpone these deliveries. But then again, they need to talk to who is asking, okay, we'll give you XYZ, let's postpone it for 3 months, or pay all these loans in cash, right? Because you pay in cash, okay?
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Plus, last days, I saw a very nice video, Arcadia, they are talking about all this manipulation. Very cool videos. And if you go and see last days, even I try to find out, if you go UpMax and see, the companies, what they call it, silver bars by brand. If you see silver bars by brand, then you will see they added like 5 or 6 different companies, which you never see before. Each is some Chinese, South Cross Bullion, Pioneer Metal Silver, all CMI, Constitution Mint Silver. It's called all kind of brand which you never see before,
Exactly.
Yeah, because they try to squeeze. They try to squeeze the lemon, and by doing this, they need to involve all other company. Oh, this is beautiful. This is 5 ounce. 5 ounce or
no? This is the 1 ounce oak leaf. I'm listening to you. Continue. This is the oak leaf. This is going to be for our $30 spot close giveaway on the trading day for silver. So this we close above $30 spot, which I think will be next week, or the week after, and we're going to do that for a giveaway. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. Go ahead.
No. I like it. Yeah. So yeah, manipulation is here. If not manipulation, it's already can strike to $300. But even with manipulation, they cannot do much because once they go lower, people buying, right? So
Exactly, more pressure.
they need to find exactly the sweet spot when they can hold the price, okay, and give something, some chickens, to
Yeah,
all these people, okay, get this, and hold the price, even with all what they loses, they
yeah,
lost so much money with all
right.
whatever they are doing. Still,
Yes,
they cannot, keep the price lower. But for how long? For
right.
how long?
Well, that's the thing, and not only that, but to your point about the comics, and guys, if you didn't know this, the comics they do have contractual rules in their rule book that says if they cannot deliver physical silver to a contract holder that's requesting physical, demanding silver, they have the option to settle that contract in cash with the customer, whether the customer likes it or not. Now, the customer might, give them a fit about it, but what's going to happen is the customer's going to say, okay, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to hit the web and they're going to find whatever they can find with that cash instead of being able to get the good delivery bars like they wanted from the comics. So the money is still, or the cash is still going to come to the system, and it's still going to put selling pressure or buying pressure on the inventory. So it's not like we're going to lose because the comics is going to quietly default through cash on
Yeah.
their contracts. It's still going to be the same reaction. It's going to be delayed, in which I think is a big mistake on their part also.
And another part of this story is all this Robin Hood, the Robin
Oh
Hood
gosh, yeah.
millennium, which are, crazy about SLV, GLD, all this, mining stocks and all this. So many people, I think on your channel even more because I start to see some kind of nonsense, comments like, you don't need to buy silver. All you need to buy is miners' stocks, shares.
Yeah. They're saying, tell me all the
I see
celebrities.
this every day, and I say this is fine as far as you build your stock, as you have your physical. You accumulated enough, whatever you want. Then second, you can go and play game, but you don't do in opposite. You don't
No, you
go
don't do that.
play games when you have no physical.
Exactly. You got to have the underlying asset no matter what. I don't care, what they have, fancy, even if they came out with Bit Silver. Bit Silver is like the hottest new crypto and is backed by grams of silver or 1 gram or whatever. You still need to have in your possession the underlying asset for a number of things in case, the internet goes down, the web goes down, the electrical system goes down, communications go down. Those are things that those types of electronic funds, or even like stocks, if you want to trade them on your Robinhood, you need to have that framework in place. Those utilities have to be in place for those systems to work. If they're not working for even a couple of days, it only takes 48 hours for people to go into panic. If you don't have those underlying assets in your possession at that time, you can't go out into the community and transact. And trust me, if you don't have internet service or whatever reason you don't have communications or power, you're not going to have ATM access either. And that means you're not going to have cash unless you have some ready cash available. And at that time, will it still be good enough for people who want it? My point is this: you can play once you have the underlying assets in your possession. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing I will say about silver stocks and gold stocks is the idea behind those was to grant you leverage against the physical asset, because they always felt before the stocks came out that the physical asset was going to underperform, meaning that gold and silver will go up in price, but a nice, slow, steady incline, no big deal, and it just kind of grows slowly and slowly. But no, guys, we're at the point now where there's so much garbage in the investing atmosphere that
What is
go ahead.
what is your paper? This upside down
Hang on, let me grab it real quick. I got it right here. Hang on, let me grab
pyramid.
it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
I got it right here. So here we go.
Are you
So
in
here
vault?
is.
You are in your vault. Look like.
Well, I'm always right next to the vault. I have it, but I don't have that in the vault. So, guys, this is the sheet right here. This is the sheet of derivatives, okay? And everything you see there, whether it is, derivatives of currencies or, housing, mortgages, any of these things, these are considered the same as electronic funds or stocks, paper assets. They're paper assets. Anything that's paper, okay, is going to burn once the system starts coming down. And down here at the very bottom, where you see gold and a little tiny specks of silver. Now, notice that the silver speck is smaller than the gold and the copper one. I put the copper one there because I think once silver becomes oversaturated with all this other stuff, the excess is going to pour into copper. And what I mean by that is people that are low income or no income, they're going to want to get in on the game. Maybe they're doing it now. And that funding that would have gone to silver, because silver's $600, $700, $800 and copper's only 15 to 20 to 30, that is going to go into copper. And my whole point is this: these three items at the bottom are physical. These 5 things here at the top are not. They are paper, and they are going to go the way of the dodo as the Fed continues to inflate the system, because everything you see here is denominated in dollars, that paper money, the green currency, dollars or euros or rubles or whatever you have, whatever have you. These underlying assets right here are the only things that can absorb this toxic debt and turn it into good purchasing power right there. That's where the purchasing power is going to be. That's what people are going to want. That's what they're going to be going after. Now, in the past, the idea of buying stocks was for people to have leverage to gold and silver, meaning that, so yes, your gold and silver, they did what they're supposed to do. They beat inflation. They probably, doubled it, beat it by a factor of 2. But now you want a little extra. You're kind of, you want, some pizzazz and some oomph. You want a Bitcoin type of leverage to your precious metals to kind of give it some turbocharging, right? Well, guess what? You don't need it. There's so much of that toxic garbage I just showed you in the system that gold and silver will be their own turbocharger. You do not need stocks, period.
Excellent.
You do not.
Excellent.
You do not. If you got gold and silver, this one right here, this one 2018 gold South Korean Tiger, okay? I purchased this for $130 back in 2018. Now, if you try to find them retail, good luck getting them for less than $280. That is 120% increase in the last 2 years. There is no mutual fund, no stock, and hardly any cryptocurrencies at this point that are going to perform like that. And this is just getting started. You do not need gold stocks. You just need the gold or the silver to do what you need to do. And guys, I'm telling you, ooh, that's nice. Now, is that from Nationwide?
Yeah, the national current. I make a video,
Yes.
like exactly. I think it was like 4 or 5 months ago. I make a video and say, hey guys, national coin, you can grab them for 1,600. This is what I paid, and it was the last days. And maybe 2-3 people bought it, and I got it probably one of the last, deliveries. And hey,
do you know?
Every piece here costs today $240, and it was like 3-4 months ago.
Okay, those right there, your Eagles, they actually retail higher right now than, say, this South Korean version that is a lower mintage. But because they're American Silver Eagles and the Mint's having such a hard time creating those. Now, they're not doing fractionals, by the way. The United States Mint is not doing fractionals. They're doing 1 ounce when they do gold or when they do silver. They don't do both. And those right there are getting close to $300 a pop. So that just goes to show you that you don't need paper leverage in gold and silver, because every time something hiccups, farts, moves, or burps, these coins, these precious metals, they absorb that inflation, whether it is delayed or immediate. And I'm telling you, it's just starting. We're 5% the way into this market. And by the way, the last 95% is going to take place in less than 10% of the time. So what are we talking? 2, 3, 5 years, maybe?
You're right. It's a slow start. It's like my video 777 Boeing I did last video. It's a slow start, but once it starts to take a speed, it will be like up vertical. It will
very much so. Very much so.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. Creole, the Lone Traveler, William Buckley. Welcome, guys. Hey, I see you down there. Hey, welcome for joining the show.
Welcome. Oh, one thing I want to add.
Yes.
This fake paper silver fake paper financial system was for so long, and we addicted to this system. You understand? It's like smoking. When you smoke, you can't just drop. It's so hard for you to drop. So it's the same way. We are addicted, and even today, with silver go like $30, $28, physical.
Right.
Go buy physical silver less than $30.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
Maybe some LCS will sell you for 29, right?
Right.
So,
well, no, because I went to an LCS this week. I went to an LCS on Friday to get that centered there, and I got this 10 ounce. This is a limited mintage. So let's see if we can find that number. So number 411, if you can see that right there.
Wow, beautiful.
Number 411. This is a round. So this is a 1986 United States Silver Eagle round from, I'm trying to think of what mint that is. It's for the Alamo. And
ATB, ATB, no? America's a great, no?
no, it's not ATB. It's this old from 1986. And so it's basically a round to is a harbinger to the United States American Eagle, which came out in 1986. But I went to a coin shop on Friday to see a coin shop dealer, and we hit it off. We talked about the same things you and I are talking about right now. He understood where I was coming from. I understood where he was coming from. I paid $440 for this round. However, it's 14 ounces, not 10 ounces. So it wasn't that big of a ripoff. But even though limited mintage, okay, this guy, I think he sold it to me for probably, I'm going to say, $31, $32 an ounce. And that's just the way it is. It's the world we live in, because everyone that's in this world, everyone that knows precious metals knows that we're operating with low inventories and there's high demand right now. The media is not going to tell you how high the demand is right now. They don't want to incite a panic. But I can tell you in the background, look, I listened to Eric Sprott today. Eric Sprott, who is a billionaire silver guy. He's got billionaire, a billions in silver. And I think he actually has a silver fund. He said today that everything you see that's going on with the prices and with the news is designed to kill the momentum in precious metals. Because, when we made that big jump from 22 to 29, everybody was having euphoria. Everybody was on cloud nine. And we were all discussing the future because we could feel the momentum. So what do? They take the momentum away, take the steam out of our sales, and get rid of that FOMO that's in the market to buy more precious metals. Pretty sinister thing.
I agree. And many people don't believe. That's why you see so many videos. Should I sell my silver now? Why you came here? You don't have strategy, so you will listen to some dude which will tell you what to do. You make your have your strategy. Don't listen. See yourself today and see yourself in 2-3 years, and then decide you buy or you sell. Right? But many people are doing jungling. I buy, sell. No, this is very hard to do with silver, with real physical silver.
It really is. Hey, welcome, DC. I see you out there. All right, man. Thanks for joining us. So I'm going to go ahead and round out this question about credit real quick. I think we covered the best part of it, because the best route to go is to get the immediate credit, and that's through the credit card system, because the instant you get it, the instant you can spend it. And as we know, time is of the essence. Every day that we wait at this point is a risk that you're going to pay a higher price. And when you're in a market that hot, you simply don't want to waste time getting a signature loan or trying to get a refi on your mortgage because I think a mortgage refi takes 30 days? I mean, God, where are we going to be in 30 days? So even though I say that's some credit avenues you can take, the best ones to take are the ones where you can get very low interest for your bank sponsored credit cards, if you can get them, if you have that kind of credit score. So that's the way to go on that. And only do the other stuff if for some reason you think you can get access to that money either quickly or enough of it to make a difference once you get it.
Exactly. Just whatever you do in your life, just have a cold head. Just
absolutely.
Never go by emotions. You want to go by emotions, just take a deep breeze. Go outside, take some breeze, come back and think, what are you doing? Never go all in and all out. Keep your emotions low, and it's every time you need to have your private all data and understand what you need to do based on your financial strategy or financial status.
Correct.
So let's move to next question, right?
Sure.
So let's move on. We already dig this credit enough, and you inspire me. I am doing this.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? As long as I got one of you, that is enough, because that's more pressure on the physical market and more pressure on the banking system. So we're winning.
Exactly. Yeah. So my next question will be, I know you are a huge fan of premium silver coins and rounds. That's what we see on your table, right? Even bars. You have premium bars. For example, from my bars, what I have, you see, this is a generic bar, right? For example, this Silver Town, this is a generic bar. But if you talk about some other bars.
Oh, like you got the COVID bars. Those things are really premium.
COVID bars, okay, on Asahi bars, or Johnson Matthew, they are highly collectible pieces. So my question will be like this: when you buy silver, Are you buying buys like a random, or you buy based on your preferences, like between American Silver Eagle, between Constitution Silver, Premium Silver, other coins and rounds? When you have, let's say, equal, right? When you have equal to buy this or to buy this,
Okay, right.
possibilities. That's little bit more expensive, that's little bit cheaper, but you have both on your table. Which way
Okay,
you go? Which way you
okay.
go?
It all depends on the circumstance at the time. So here's the way I make a judgment on whether or not I'm going to go, just baseline generic, or I'm going to go up into the stratosphere a little bit with the premium. So, for example, if I'm going to buy, say, a bunch of 10-ounce bars, say I'm going to be able to buy, because I've seen you do it before. You bought like 23 10-ounce bars, the RCM bars. So look, so if I'm going to buy 20 10-ounce bars. Now, if I find that for the same price of 20 10-ounce RCM bars, I can get 21 Silvertown bars, 10-ounce bars. I'm going to get the Silvertown 10-ounce bars because that is just, it's almost like a free bar of silver. Now, it's not serialized and it's not from Royal Canadian Mint, but it's 10 ounces of free silver by that metric. Okay, so that's how I decided. But I also look at my stack. And when I look at my stack, I go, how whack is my stack and what do I lack? Right, Creo? How whack is my stack and what do I lack? And if I am short on RCM bars, then at that point, I'll change gears back and go, I really need the RCM bars. So I'm going to go ahead and pay the premium and forego the free 10-ounce bar or the extra 10-ounce bar. So that's kind of the way I do it. Only if the math bears out in a big purchase where I can get extra units of silver, complete units of silver. A quick aside about human psychology is we like to acquire things in complete units, which is why you see a lot of people having a hard time purchasing Bitcoin, because you can purchase part of a Bitcoin, you can purchase part of I think a Litecoin or something like that. I think a Litecoin you can afford one of, but a Bitcoin, for example, people, they'll buy it now, but at first they were really having a really tough time with it once it got over $1,440 because it was a hard thing to do. At that time, it was more than an ounce of gold, for example.
Yeah.
So, so people like to buy things in units. So when they go and do a purchase like this, and they see that they can get an extra full unit, whether it is an ounce or a gram or a tenth, no matter what denomination they're buying, they will gravitate towards that because they feel like they're getting an entire free thing of something. So that's the human psychology side of it. Now, in my case, there is a number of factors. What do I lack in my stack? What do I think, how much money do I have? Who has the best deal? How close is it to what I want? Because I'm really not that picky, guys. When it comes to silver, especially, I basically, at this point now that I have a lot of stuff, I kind of go, well, what would be a nice addition to this? What don't I have? So I can do that. But in the beginning, when I was panic buying, which just ended here probably a couple of months ago, when I was panic buying, I was sitting there going, okay, this is the best deal. Like the half-ounce polar bears I showed you at the time. I think they were like they're on sale for $8.69. You weren't going to beat that anywhere because that price was lower, 2 coins at half an ounce than 1 ounce of anything else. So at that point, you go all in. And what did my psychology tell me? My psychology told me I wanted a complete unit of something, so I bought that mini monster box, and that's how I played it. So there's all these things that are involved with it. But if you're just starting out, I fully recommend getting the most silver for your money. Decide on what grade you want. If you want constitutional, fine. Constitutional works just fine, especially pre-64 or 64 and below, because it's 90%. 65, I think, is 40%. That's cool too. But whether it's constitutional, whether it's 3 nines, whether it's 4 nines, decide at that point, what has the best price. You shop for it. You listen to these channels. You find out who's got the best price, whether it's an LCS maybe about, or maybe something online, maybe something on eBay. You got eBay bucks. Get the most silver you can for your money. Do not be concerned with the look of it, the make of it, the pedigree or any of that stuff. Just make sure it's real. Okay. And if you have trouble testing on whether it's real, there are testers out there, right? Silver Game of Thrones. There are ways to test your silver out there to make sure that you're getting the good stuff. So you need to be concerned with the realism of it. Make sure it's not fake, but get the most silver you can for your money from the outset. Build the weight first. You got to build the weight in your stack. That's how I do it. Now that I have weight, I can kind of go and pick and choose the stuff. Now, there's a happy medium to that. you can actually have a happy medium to that, to where you can go, okay, I found these Buffalo rounds that were on JM Bullion, and they're $33 a piece. But for $33.89, I can get an American Silver Eagle. So now, what do you do in that case to where, now you've got unfettered recognizability? And that Buffalo is pretty recognizable too. But now you've got the pedigree of, say, the Sovereign Angle. So now it's the American Silver Eagle, minted at the mint, that everybody knows what it is, known around the world. Buffalo's known around the world too, but there's a lot of mints making Buffaloes. Only one mint makes American Silver Eagle. So for another 89 cents, is it worth it to you to get that Eagle? Because if you're going to buy 30 of those Eagles, now you've given up an entire Buffalo to do it almost. Well, 35 or 40 of them, two rolls. So that's kind of how you got to look at it. How bad do you need the weight versus how bad do you need the particular type of coin or premium? Now, to that end, I will say this, that I literally buy my coins based on, I see Coin Girl, I see you out there. I buy my coins based on what I expect that coin or that mintage to bring to the table on the other side of this. I honestly believe that coins that are minted in the countries of their origin will have more, they'll have more impact, more purchasing power in those countries. If you have pandas, you'll get more out of a silver panda than you will out of a silver eagle in China. If you have kookaburras, you'll get more out of those in Australia, possibly New Zealand, than you'll get out of, say, a Libertad. If you have Libertads in Mexico versus, Royal Canadian Mint in Mexico, you're going to get more of that Libertad because the Bank of Mexico is right there. That's just my belief. And so that's how I decide on what premium coins I'm going to buy.
I agree, that's correct. But two things take in consideration. The first thing, how much premium you pay. Because if you pay, let's say, $5-6 premium, and you will be getting back only $1, above. So you have $4-5 gap. Or for $9.99, some government coin, for example, all right from other country, you pay only $3 premium, and you will be getting spot. So you have $3 gap, and there you have $4-5 gap. Then why you need to overpay? This is one thing. And another thing, don't forget that government can confiscate your money.
Well, they can, but my question is this: is the government used to be? Go ahead.
And first thing to confiscate will be the government as government silver. So just be aware that there is a risk,
Right. Well, okay, and I understand where you're coming from with that. Now, as you guys all know, should know by now, I work for the federal government in the United States. Okay, and I can tell you, based on what I've seen, and I've been to quite a few places, it's not like the movie Men in Black. It's not even like the movie. It's not even like the show NCIS. The federal government, they have enforcement divisions. They have, outfits. The Treasury has an enforcement division. The IRS does. They have people that can come and confiscate your stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. First of all, there's a lot more. There's a lot more people out there that have stacked silver than most are aware of, because a lot of people buy from LCSs. There's no trace, there's no track on who's got what. And by the way, there's been like 650 million Silver Eagles minted since 1986. And out of the 650 million, you have to believe there's probably at least 1 million or 2 million places that those Eagles are in the United States. So my question is this: with all of the problems they're having getting out something as simple as a stimulus check, maintaining Social Security, being able to make a decision on policy before the election, being able to keep the elections from being rigged, all these things that the government has problems with, do they really have time, with all of the drug running and all of the cities burning and all that, to say, you know what, we need to focus more on the people that have Eagles and go after them? I just don't think they're able to do it.
No, I agree. It's just to scare you. To scare you. So you can sleep better, right?
I know.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's go next.
Okay.
Okay.
Fortune Futures. Yeah, I see Fortune Futures out there. He says the ASCs are the base of his stack. I could probably make that claim too. I've got quite a few American Silver Eagles, but I started out that way, and so it's kind of held up. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So let's talk about silver bars, right? That's why I also put silver bars here, right?
Okay.
I know you also have silver bars, not on this table. You have only one.
Right.
But when you buy silver bars, why you buy bars and not coins or rounds? Which silver bars you prefer to stack? Like you have this What's the name? Tom TTT. Reminder. What's the name of your bar which you have on your table? 10-ounce
Right
bar.
here, this right here is the Tombstone from Scottsdale Mint. The
Yeah.
Tombstone Nugget Bar.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
10 troy ounces from Scottsdale Mint. They make these in kilograms, 1 ounce, 5 ounce, and 10 ounce. This is a 10 ounce here. This, by the way, is for our 5,000 subscriber giveaway, guys. 5,000 subscribers. When we get there, we're almost at 2,500 now. 5,000 when we get there, this bar goes out to one lucky winner. We'll have some other prizes too, but one lucky winner is going to, this thing's heavy. Get this bar.
It will be me. Yeah. Which part of your stock silver bars are taking? Like 10%,
Okay.
20%, or you have no idea?
Well, I don't have any idea. Let's do some quick math. I've got a lot. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. Our Royal Canadian Mint silver bars are the premier bar for me. And I'll start out with some of people's favorite, things about RCM. The Queen is not on the bar, so you can feel better about that if that bothers you. It doesn't bother me. I understand the history of the royal family. History is history, okay? And that's just the way it goes. There's nothing I can do about it. But I can tell you this: if you're turning your nose up at royal silver or from the House of Wales, then understand that you're turning away from probably about 22% of the silver on Earth that's mined and minted. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And we're trying to break this entire system to where the silver belongs to the people. Somebody's going to have some royal silver in their sack. They're going to have it. And so I have some in mine. That's fine. But when it comes to Royal Canadian Mint bars, they have all of the features I like in the bar, all in one bar. Now, they're not as fancy as, say, the bar you got right there. Okay.
Yeah.
But
there is no ugly Elizabeth face. There is no ugly Elizabeth face.
No, there isn't. And so the thing is, you got the Royal Canadian Mint 10-ounce bar. It's serialized. It has, a nice look to it. It is from the Royal Canadian Mint. It has a coined reeded edge, which is a huge deal. And it also has some security features that you have to kind of look closely to find and stuff. And then also there's the recognizability. The United States Mint does not make a 10-ounce bar, which I think is a huge mistake. They don't even make a 10-ounce coin, which I think is a huge mistake. But the Royal Canadian Mint does. They're the next best thing around. And in fact, I don't even think the Mexican Mint makes a 10-ounce anything. So in 10-ounce bars, it's sovereign, it's reeded, it's got a serial number, it's recognizable. And up until recently, you get it for a pretty decent premium. I don't think that's the case now. Now, that being aside, my second favorite bar, your hands right over, is going to be the Johnson Matthey. Johnson Matthey serialized bars, because it's got pedigree, it's got a serial number, it's got lots of official, signature on it. A lot of security. I wouldn't say security, but a lot of just JM, moniker on it. So you could definitely see that the chances of that being counterfeited are pretty thin. And
also, this company doesn't exist anymore.
No, Asahi took them over.
Chinese company, Asahi bought it, and these bars which you see, you cannot reproduce them.
No, you can't. So if you find those at a decent premium, you get those, and those are collectible. And I don't think anybody knows more about collectible 10-ounce bars than you do they?
No, I don't have. I collect them, but I believe some people. I saw videos when one guy collects only bars, nothing else. I collect everything, but I have a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh, and so I just saw Aussie Coin Girl. She mentioned that Engelhard 10-ounce bars are actually, they're quite collectible. If you look on AppMax, there's probably probably 8 or 9 different designs. And Engelhard 10-ounce bars, because of their classic, pedigree, they carry a huge premium. I've seen some of those bars close to $500 a piece. The old classic bars. And so thanks for that, Aussie Coin Girl. That was a good point out. So my third favorite bar, of course, and it's not that I don't like the Engelhards. It's just that they're not easy to come by. They do carry quite a bit of premium. But if I had to pick one that's third in line, I would say third in line for me would be the Geiger 10-ounce bars of various designs. Now, the Square Metal series that's out has more security features on it than Fort Knox. This thing's got infrared placard on it. It's got different types of I think a little bit of a holographic thing going for it. It's got serial number, all that stuff. And it's a very nice design, very precision design. Now, one thing that really irks me the most about Geiger is that they designed a bar that I guess either airtight or coin safe don't want to bother making a capsule for, which I think is a huge mistake. But that's kind of the way I go. Now, I do have Silvertown generic bars. I do have, samurai bars like you showed me in Jam Bullion at one point, which I found out are collectible later. I didn't know that. But basically, when it comes to 10-ounce bars, again, I'm buying whatever I can get the most of or an extra complete unit in if I'm buying. But if I had to buy for specific reasons, it's in that order. Royal Canadian Mint first, then Johnson Matthey. And you know what? I'll put Johnson Matthey, Asahi, and Englehart all in that same category, and then your generic bars after that.
And Sunshine, right?
Sunshine. I don't have any Sunshine bars. I don't even have Sunshine. I used to have a 100-ounce Sunshine bar a long time ago.
Wow.
I paid $1,550 for it. I sold it for $2,200 when I was in a pinch. Yes, I've sold silver. And I don't have that anymore. So the only thing I have is Sunshine rounds now.
Yeah. Most of my stock is Sunshine. Most of my core stock, the core, which ready for the journey if I need to.
Right.
It's a Sunshine because they have all this future. I'm looking. They have card, which you can validate. The validation card.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It says valid on it.
And also the Sunshine rounds are the first to go. When you see them, they're selling quick.
Well, the interesting thing about Sunshine, right?
I like them. Yeah.
Well, Sunshine, they are the ones that they mint the blanks for the United States Mint's Silver Eagle program.
Oh, yes. Right.
Right. And so that's another reason people know they don't have to worry. They get Sunshine rounds. They're getting, pretty much the best quality or some of the best quality out there. And they look nice too. They look nice. The new Sunshine rounds that have the security feature on the back, the little circle in the middle there. Those have almost a proof finish to them. They're very, very, highly polished BU coins.
I don't have them now, but
I got them somewhere, but I don't have them out either.
Okay. So let's go next. Let's talk about silver gold ratio.
Sure.
Silver gold ratio. How are you using this ratio? Are you using it at all? And are you plan to use it in future? And if yes, how?
Yes. So as you remember from the last interview, we talked about the other precious metals versus silver, for example. So in this particular case, we'll stick with gold. So I bought gold originally, and I had quite a bit of it. I had probably about 27 ounces total in fractional and in 1 ounce bars. I had 24 1 ounce units. Actually, that's not true. I had a 2 ounce mouse from 2020 from the Perth Mint, and I just bought those things because they were the best price at the time. I just sold my house, and so I was trying to get that money converted into precious metals as fast as I could. I enlisted the help of a gold silver bull and SC bullion and all that stuff. So I acquired a lot of gold really fast when the spot price I think was in like 1260s. Okay, and so I bought as much as I could. But the whole idea was to try to flip it for silver later. And so what had happened was I bought it when it was 62 to 1. So it was 62 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold at that time, I believe. Yeah. And then once the ratio, gold to silver ratio gets above 100, then I'm going to start letting it go. Well, it happened like kind of all at once to where we went from 83. In the next day, it was like 96, and the next day it was like 101, and then 100, and all up to 126. So at about 105 to 107 silver to gold ratio, I sold 24 ounces of gold, kept all my fractionals. Most of you see right here, a lot of it you see right here. Most of my fractionals, I took 27 ounces of gold, sent it into Money Metals Exchange because I had already had my depository account, sent it to them. We made an agreement on how much silver they would give me for it. And so that was how I did it. So I traded into silver from 107 gold to silver ratio after buying at 62 to 1. Now, once gold to silver ratio goes back to where I think it's going to be in the 20s, I think it's going to be 25 to 1. You're going to see because silver is simply going to continue doing what it's doing as it continues to add on 3-4% a day versus gold's 1%, which is not bad. Gold at 1% a day, by the way, is 7% or 5% a week or 20% a month. If it continued that way. So that's not bad. But when silver is doing like a Bitcoin or a Litecoin and acting like a crypto or acting like a penny stock that's in good favor, then at that point, you definitely want to see that as the next trade you want to make if you're going to trade. because it's going to close that gap faster than anything else. So silver's going to close the gap on gold. And once it closes the gap on gold in the 20-to-1 range, or 20, meaning between 30 and 20, once it gets into that 20+to-1 range on gold, I'm going to sell 22, 25, 27, or trade 22, 25, or 27 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. And at that point, if you do the math, given that I probably paid, say, $20 an ounce per ounce of silver, and I trade 27 ounces of silver at that ratio, I will have paid $540 for an ounce of gold versus what you'd pay today, $2,200, or even a year ago, $1,300, $1,400. So that's how the game is played. So I've got enough silver to have silver in my stack. I've got enough silver to leverage against my credit that I have right now and pay the credit off too. And I have enough silver to use to trade back into the other metals that I traded out of back when it was favorable to trade in the silver from those metals.
Yep. Silver gold ratio today, I see 72.
Enough silver to have silver. Right now? I've got enough silver
72.
Gotcha. My credit that I have right now.
1 second, what happened?
And I don't know, is your YouTube on? To use to trade back into the other metals that I traded out.
What happened? Are we good?
I'm good. I can hear you. Everything's good here.
Yeah, I just yeah,
so I got a question.
I think you're good.
I got a question for you real quick.
Yep, sure.
Okay, just real quick now. I'm looking at here stock futures right now. Of course, we're early in the session because we got all day tomorrow to go through stocks and stuff. But stock futures right now has the NASDAQ down a full 1% in futures trading. So we're talking like, it's 2 days before the trading session starts, but the NASDAQ right now is down over 100 points in futures trading. Now, remember before when I was talking last week about the dollar determining the direction of the markets, because things that are valued in dollars, if the dollar is stronger, it takes fewer dollars to buy those things, and so they have a lower price. If the dollar is weaker, it takes more dollars to purchase those things, so they have a higher dollar price. When you see the NASDAQ going down, that means that the dollar is getting stronger, and the dollar is getting stronger, by the way. Not by very much, but enough to send stocks down. But by extension, precious metals that are also valued in dollars should be going down too. But guess what? They are not. There is starting to become a disparity between stocks and precious metals, meaning that the Federal Reserve and the Treasury can't control the trajectory of both. They got to choose to either save stocks or beat down precious metals. They cannot do both at the same time. So right now, for example, you got gold and silver are up pretty good. I'm saying, silver's up about 1.5%, over 27 right now in the futures trading, and then gold is up over 1940. And if we continue this way throughout the next couple of days, come Tuesday, man, it's going to be a reality check, because I guess that's what I want to ask you. What do you think about the deflation in the tech stocks? Remember, Tesla jumped up 800% in the last year. And then Amazon's of course gone to the moon, and Alphabet's done really well, and all these tech stocks have done really well, Apple and stuff. But now it looks like they're taking a hit. What's causing the hit? I thought Jerome Powell promised inflation, which should raise stocks.
Yeah, if you're watching, let's say again, I'm coming back, Arcadia, very good channel, and overall, the Warren Buffett. He just recently moved couple of his percentage, but Warren Buffett couple percentage is like maybe state of Minnesota,
Right.
He moved into Japanese gold miners company. Then I hear a story when in some state police pension department, which has huge. I don't remember numbers, but they put 3 or 5% into gold.
Right. So and it's happening everywhere.
Yeah. So you will see these things more and more, billionaires, more and more funds, more and more institution, always mess up. More and more institution, financial services are moving into gold and silver, and this why it will be disconnected, because BTC, Bitcoin, crypto, it's more related to market, because it's a gambling. It's more gambling. So people make money in market, Okay, they buy BTC, and that's why market BTC go together. They go up,
Yeah.
go down. People losing money. Okay, I'm losing money. I need to cover my losses. So I get some BTC, sell some BTC that put here. But
Right.
with all this and with gold, silver, constitution, institution, money go rise, then we'll
Hmm.
see this disconnection more and more.
Right.
There is no doubt
Now,
about
so yeah, and so DC just reminded me that Bitcoin and cryptos took a hit last week too. I guess because, like you said, they're more closely related to stocks and they're valued in dollars also.
Yeah, but again, we can talk forever about this, going
Yeah.
up and down. And remember when you started this conversation, what you say, it will be a very wild ride, very
Yes,
wild
sir.
ride, because they will do everything possible that this thing will not get attention to people. Okay, everything possible, and they know how to play game because they have the best, IT resources. They have the best software, hardware. Like once one guy say, you can bullshit one country forever. You
Right.
can bullshit, some states forever. You even
Hmm.
can bullshit entire world for some time, but you
Right.
cannot bullshit entire world forever, because
You
at the end
cannot.
of the day, people will wake up and see, what value is real, right? The value
Right.
of, the physical, which I hand, or value
Hmm.
with some digit on a screen, which with a push on a button can be disconnected. And by the
Right.
way, we all know that we are going into reset, right? Financial
Right.
reset is coming, and don't expect it will be like a soft reset.
No.
It's not possible. It will be hard
Nope.
reset, guys. And when
Big
hard reset
time.
happen, then you must to keep some cash. You must to keep some silver, some gold, some ammo, some weapon. Who knows what will happen? Some food, water, right?
Right.
Because they can freeze your financial system for 1 week, for example. If it go 1 month, we are done. It's clear.
Yeah.
But if they freeze it for 1, 2, 3 days, and a lot of banks are start to freeze last year. There
Right.
are a lot. If you go, like, people are talking, oh, my direct debit frozen, or some mess up on my bank account. It's happening. It's happening. It just
Right.
doesn't take media attention. So if it will be frozen for 2, 3 days, all this, Robin Hood, people who try to push button, what they gonna do?
Right. Exactly. Exactly. They're going to sit there and they're going to watch people that have stuff do stuff. That's the thing. If you have stuff, you can do stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. And so I totally agree with you. It's definitely going to be a hard reset. And if you think about it, at some point, like for example, if you go on to say one of your websites, you go into email, something like that. Every once in a while, you'll see an F404 or server down, or F404 not found. That means the server's down on some of these websites. Imagine that for pretty much every website during this panic for just 3 days. Okay. So
Yeah.
3 days, you're blacked out of the system. Now you're out running local. Maybe your local monetary systems aren't working. Like I said, ATM, credit cards, and all that stuff. What do you do? Because it only takes 48 hours for the power to be out for a lot of people to start to lose it. You talk about 72 hours with, say, no power and no internet and no way to contact each other because the phone system's not working and like that. And now you've got yourself a bit of a drama on your hands. Are you still there? Hello? So I don't have Silver Game of Thrones with me here. He bumped out. I guess he's going to come back in a minute. Let's see what's going on here.
Can you hear me? I'm back. Something happened to my my
Okay.
camera.
There you go. Yeah, I just did a little soft shoe for him and stuff. Sang a song while you're gone. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. So let's we already 1 hour. Let's explore last question.
Let's explore the last questions. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
stop
The last
talking.
question will be. Let's explore last question.
Sure.
let's say we have a lot of new stackers, right? We have a lot of people who just started to, I believe, last 2-3 months, and a lot of them because of you, maybe because of me also. I hope.
Right.
Because that's why we are here, right? To share people, what is real world. Because 99% of this world is fake.
It is.
Right? So yeah, if people want to be looking to the real stuff, this is why we are talking about it. But anyway, what you suggest for a new stacker? Like, because there are new stacker and old stacker. Stackers.
Right.
How you suggest to start? How you suggest to hodl? Hodl. It's a crypto.
Right.
Not
hold.
hold.
Yeah, hold on for dear life. Yeah, hold on for dear life. Yeah.
And also very interesting how you suggest when you need to sell, maybe not all, but some of your stock, like how to make it balanced. What I'm talking about? How to make it balanced, What is your opinion?
Yeah, well, after listening to the question, I think it actually is best if I answer it in reverse form. So I think the last thing you asked me was basically how to allocate your stack to the best needs, to your needs, right?
Yep.
So the way I see it is this: you've got categories of responsibility that you need to address with your precious metals. The last thing being what precious metals were actually made for, and that is to help you transition from this financial system to the next. That is the most important. So it'll be the last point of that. The first thing you need to do is you need to go, what is the most toxic, outstanding financial obligation I have? Is it medical bills that I owe medical bills, or is it a medical procedure that somebody in my family needs? Is it just some kind of outstanding debt, be it like, high interest credit card debt or something like that? The things that would do you damage financially the soonest are the things that need to be addressed by your stack if they exist. If you do not have those issues with any kind of toxic outstanding credit or old bills or debt consolidation or something like that, and all you have to deal with is just day-to-day living expenses, at that point you look at your stack and you go, how much do I have, and do I have enough to possibly upgrade or improve the other things that I'm going to need to survive during this time when things get rough? If you are low on ammo, if you are low on food, short-term, medium-term, and long-term storage food, address that. If you don't have the ready cash to do it, use your precious metals to do it. If you don't have ready cash and you have enough precious metals, take some of your precious metals and cash them in. It's not a bad time. We're getting a good price for a lot of this stuff, and get just enough ready cash that you think you need for that. If you are you beginning at stacking? If you don't have any precious metals at all, get the cheapest 1 ounce weight you can get. And I just say 1 ounce because 1 ounce, when it comes to precious metals, it is the most popular size out there. It is the thing that people are going to gravitate to first. So as we enter the crisis, people are going to be like, oh, well, I've heard about the Silver Eagle and the Maple and everything like that. And they're always 1 ounce, and this sort of thing.
What I want to add is very important, especially for new stackers. Remember, when you go and when you buy silver, you are not spending money. You're not spending currency. You're not spending dollars.
No.
This is what people need to understand. But this is the difference. This is not you buying cars. This is not you buying, house. This is totally different. This is not you spending cash. This is you transform one asset into another asset. You take your cash and you put it in silver. And when you want to use the silver, you again move it back to cash. There is no other way. It's only like barters, but I don't think we come to barters. So you're not spending money. You are saving your money. You put it
You're transforming it,
to transport and save it. Why? Because in future, you can use it much better than today.
Yes, sir. That's right.
This is not spending. This is saving. And this is why people don't understand. They think it's a gambling. Buy, sell, buy, sell. You can do this with very small portion of your silver. Like I'm doing. I also like to play this game. If I have some, premium silver, I am selling a little bit, just to have some fun, to have some feeling, but I'm not touching my core. And my core is for, for this. When there is a right time, then you are going to take your silver, transfer into whatever currency will be. It may be digital dollar. It will be dollar. It may be any currency, yen, euro. Who cares? In any word, you can transfer it. But the value of this piece, we hope, and it will be much more than than we have today.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. And I want to add something about the gambling aspect of precious metals, gold or silver, is that when you're in a bear market, it's very easy to make that assertion about the gambling angle, because the chances are of you making a profit versus you losing are very, very thin. However, once we get into a scenario like now, to where we are officially in a precious metals bull market, okay, we are officially in a precious
Exactly.
metals. Yes,
Sorry, I want to interrupt you.
sure.
People need to understand that it once in decade, one in its 2-3 decades, we are in a bull market. This is very important, because
Yes,
once you understand that we finally, after so many years of struggling, right, we
right.
are in a bull market, then you turn your head in totally different direction and say, how I can make the best profit when I am in a precious metal bull market? How I
Yes.
can make the best for me? Because most people think, oh, we're still in old days when they can do anything. No, they
Right.
cannot do anything today. It's
No.
totally different picture. Sorry.
That's okay. You're absolutely right. And so again, if you're just now stacking, you're not in the best position to stack. But I can tell you right now, the best time to buy silver at this point is when you see it. Let me repeat that. We are in a situation now where silver is so bullish and it has so much toxic activity swirling around it that it's trying to gobble up and eat up. It's going to start making gains by the day. The best time to buy silver at this point is when you see it. So keep that in mind. If you have the money to buy it, go ahead and buy it now. When you do that, be smart about it. Try to find the best deals you can. Start with the 1 ounce rounds, okay? Buffaloes or what have you, whatever kind of rounds you can find. If you can get them from a reputable dealer, that's best, because now you don't have to worry about that. You can still test your stuff. But once you build whatever you feel is a good base for your 1 ounce stack, it could be the 12 ounces to your name. It could be a full roll of 20. It could be 2 rolls. It could be 100 ounces if you can pull that off. But the 1 ounce denominations are the ones to start with. Now you've got that. Consider that to be like the center of your sunflower. So you got your sunflower there, and there's a center of your sunflower, and now you want to go ahead and you want to add petals to that sunflower. So if you want to put some grams down here, and you want to put some halves right here, some quarters, you can build around that. You want to get some constitutional dimes, which I do like. I don't have any, but I like them. Constitutional dimes, you can do your halves. However you want to do it, you want to build around that base of your stack. It doesn't really matter what the ounces are, because honestly, in the environment we're heading into, if you have 1 ounce to your name and the timing is done correctly, you can kill a lot of the situation around you. You could kill the market. You could really, really put a hurt on it, the dollar market, with just 1 ounce. But you want to do better than that. You want to stay ahead of the game. So get as many 1 ounce rounds as you can. Once you do that, then look and see, well, is there something, the long-term food storage, security, maybe, my transportation's not great. I need to fix it, because you need to have these things to live and whatnot. And then once that all's in place, now you can get a little fancy and a little cute and start to build those petals around that sunflower. And at that point, I still say go for generics whenever you can find them. But don't be fooled by the advent or the category of generics. People assume just because something is generic is automatically going to be the lowest price. No, you have to do your due diligence, and you have to check and price check against one another. Check vendors against one another. Check products within a vendor and within a retail site up against other stuff. If you see 10 ounce, 1/10 ounce or 1 ounce or any of that stuff, always do the comparative shopping first, because you might find a coin that's cheaper than the rounds. It happens. We've done it. We've done it right here on these shows.
Yep.
So that's how you play it.
I always put comments if I have something, good price, whatever, it's like one thing I want to add, and you started with this, the steam, this market started, steam was up, and they start try to take the steam out. So the market will go more, neutral. It's very important for new stackers, because like you and me, we already, we are old horses, they cannot do anything with us, right? Because I see everything. I see silver $11, I see silver $30. I don't care. But for young stackers, what they want to do, and they how they plan this. Okay, let's push it a little bit. So people who bought it for $30, like in crypto, right? I know, so my friends, they are buying for $20,000 and they are selling for $5,000. I know a lot of people who bought Bitcoin for $20,000 and sold it for $5,000. No joke, man. It's very serious. You know, people just need
Very
to
sad.
understand. They will do everything possible. And if you buy silver $30, don't worry.
No,
Just don't worry. Be
don't worry,
happy.
because
Just
that's the thing. It's
yeah,
like
because it will come back. But don't
it will come back.
don't make mistakes selling them for 25. You know.
No. And the thing is, you probably have to actually try to sell them for 25 at this point. But I get your drift. It's like, don't buy high and sell low. Always buy low and sell high, even if it's a penny. It
Exactly.
doesn't matter.
Exactly, because they hope, oh, some people will try to sell, even these people who buy cheap, and then we get this stock, and then we can resell it. You know, they have this hope. And some people are doing, but not many. People are not idiots these days. You know, people are waking up. There are less and less sheeps, you know, who trust to this financial system, you know, and everyone understands. So I hold this, and, you know, I can sleep well. But if I hold some dollars, you know, so who knows what will be tomorrow. It's like one, you know, like I always say, I keep some cash, I keep some money in my you know, what we have in some bank account, right? I keep some money, and I keep it for 5-6 months. Okay, the minimum what I can survive 5-6 months. Okay, last days I keep an even lower, maybe for 3-4 months, okay, to survive, because I don't know what will happen to. But you must to have this cash. Whatever is above, just put some, you know, some asset which will not be destroyed during this financial reset.
Absolutely. Now, can I address a couple things? I noticed the commenters. I just want to say something real quick about a couple questions on the comments.
But please, no bullshit, please.
No bullshit. I see you put a quarter-ounce coin there inside the bullshit button to make it work. Yeah, that was a comment too. Look here. So one of the questions was, you know, what about the 2020 Libertad coins? Well, you know, I talked to some of the online guys, JM Bullion, APMEX. They don't know anything. If they do, they're not telling anything about when they're coming out. Nobody knows when they're coming out. I know there was some available on eBay for a time. I don't know how that was supposed to work, but I think at least somebody in our community made a purchase from there, and I'm sure we'll see a program on that soon. But if you want the 2020 Libertads, I do believe you have to try to find them on eBay right now. There's one group that seems to be selling them, but the premiums are the premiums, okay? The second thing is somebody else want to know about the RICO charges against JP Morgan here that have been leveled against JP Morgan. Well, it looks like the CFTC has actually given JP Morgan a break on those RICO charges, not the traders that actually committed the act, but the institution itself. JP Morgan had well over 1 billion physical ounces of silver, and now they're in the 700 million range because they gave up a lot of their silver into these contracts that had to sell to the COMEX. They didn't give it away, but they allowed the COMEX to buy it, and that like absolved them, you know, of a lot of the, you could say, ill-gotten gain. And so the CFTC is not going to hold JP Morgan to those charges. My understanding is, in that if they go after these guys, they're going to go after the traders that actually executed the trades, and that will be the RICO charges. Now, the funny thing about RICO charges are this. When you are convicted under RICO statutes, whatever the largesse you acquired as ill-gotten gain has to be returned threefold to those who were your victims. Now, we know that, of course, JP Morgan probably did that to the tune of some 500 million ounces. You know, who knows? But are they going to be able to pay back 1.5 billion ounces? No. They made a deal, and I'm sure they're completely out of Dutch now with the CFTC. So if you think that JP Morgan's going to go down from RICO charges, not going to happen. You might see some of the traders get frog march, and that's about it.
Yep. Okay. Very interesting. So what you say? You know, by the way, I'm looking for some good deals, and really hard to find any rounds below even $31. I only found good deals on eBay, because on eBay you can leverage your credit card and get 1-2% from credit card. I found good deals on 1 kilo silver bar, second market, from APMEX, by the way, APMEX.
Yeah, I saw that.
100 ounce secondary market from APMEX. Very good deal. It's like $950 and
per kilo,
for a kilo. Oh, I just sold one of my slides, and
Oh, cool.
8,700, 2,900. Oh, what
Right.
happening? Price is going down.
Right.
Price is going down on UpMax on eBay. So the market is open now, or what?
Well, the market's not open now, but yeah, so the market's not open. The pre-market's open. So the pre-market's open. It's going to be
Yeah,
open until the official open on the London Gold Pool. I think early on Monday morning. But right now, like I said, the futures are up about a percent in silver and up about a 30% in gold. So there's movement in the markets. But the thing is, like I said, it's an exponential thing. As the spot price moves in these precious metals, the premiums move exponentially. Now it is also incumbent upon the vendor, whether it's APMEX or JM Bullion, SD Bullion, it doesn't matter. They can manipulate those premiums, of course, because they're the ones that create them. And so if they're of the mind to where they're trying to keep the fever of buying silver, trying to keep the excitement in the game, they're going to lower those premiums to draw more people in, because they want, as much as the government wants money velocity or currency velocity to move, APMEX and these guys, they want silver velocity to move. Now they're going to sell it at a price they know to make it a great profit, but they still want product moving in and out of shelves to get the energy up, to get people excited about it and get the things moving. Because one of the things they love to do is they love to post out of stock or notify me or these things, because you're like, no, because I've done that where I've been looking at something going, man, it's a good price, but if it only go down like another penny, and oh no, it's out of stock. And they love creating that February, and you're like, oh no, they're all gone. You come back the next day and they've got 47 of them. So this is the game they're playing with the premiums.
I just pinned on chat 1 kilo silver bars, which is crazy cheap, $950 for a kilo bar.
It is.
Which is like $2 over spot.
Right.
Below, it's like 28 something, right?
What brand is it?
Some deals here and here, but just as we talk, use it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okie dokie. So, SilverGameOfThrones, it was great talking to you, and we both exhausted, right?
SGOT. Well, I tell you, man, when it comes to precious metals, it is just so exciting to me. Guys, we're going to be able to have so much fun and good times and choices and freedom. As you said, Silver Game of Thrones, silver is freedom, and absolutely is freedom. And it's going to be at a time when a lot of people don't have very much freedom. And we'll be able to move about, plan, change things, do things, enrich our families, enrich our lives, all these things. I could talk about it all day, but I won't bore you with it. Just trust me when I tell you, if there's one single thing you could do to prepare for the upcoming collapse, and just one thing, buying physical silver is the greatest single thing you can do, whether you buy 1 ounce a month or 10 ounces a day. It doesn't matter.
Man, you know why your channel has so much success? Because you're a legend, man. I see people repeating what you say. Let's say, I believe in 2-3 years, it will be like, oh, this guy was talking like, and everyone knows this. The best time to buy silver is when you see it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got that. The gentleman that sold me this coin at the coin shop on Friday, he told me that, and I said, I'm gonna tell the guys. I'd love to take credit for it, but the thing is, this is too important for me to try to, build my ego or any of this stuff. It's important that everybody know everything as soon as possible, and let's just get it out there, man.
Yeah. So this round, you bought it in cash or in credit?
I bought it in cash. So because I bought it in cash, there was no tax, of course. And like I said, it cost me about $440, I believe.
Oh.
And it's 14 ounces though. So it's 14 ounces, not 10 ounces.
Yeah. And another thing, you never talk about taxes, right? Like this is one of the huge advantages which silver has, because I don't know how I know in California, people pay taxes. I'm from Chicago, great Chicago area. And, we don't pay taxes on a silver here. And I believe many states also don't pay. So what happens when you buy, as I explained, I'm not buying, I'm transferring, right? Transferring cash.
Right, transforming your money, your cash into the silver.
Yeah. When you transfer into silver, you don't pay tax. And what you do, you just take it, you just store it in vault, and you forget. And 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, there is no maintenance tax. Think about any asset which you have. You go with Robinhood, oh man, 30% taxes. You go real estate, man, it's crazy in Chicago, right?
That's right.
So you want to make a profit to rent it? Oh, don't forget that you'll pay, 5%, 5-7% or 8% taxes for your property. Everywhere is tax eating you. Not in here, not in silver, not in gold.
Okay, this gold coin right here. people think about it this way. Folks out there, think about it this way. This gold, well, they say it's a round because it's from Comsco Mint, but we're going to go ahead and call it a coin for the sake of argument in South Korea. So it's a South Korean minted round, gold round, and it is sovereign to the country of South Korea. This is essentially a piece of South Korean real estate. This is from the Holy Land Mint. This is a gram rotisserie from the Holy Land Mint from Jerusalem. This
Wow.
is a piece of Jerusalem real estate. This is a piece of real estate in Israel.
Wow.
Okay. All right. This is what it is. And that goes for the Silver Eagle. It goes for this line out of Chad. You own a sovereign piece of that country when you own a coin from their bank in that nation. So think about all of these little pieces as actual pieces of real estate in Tuvalu or in Germania, all right, or in Germany, for example. But think about these as actual sovereign pieces of real estate in those countries because they have the country seal on them, they have the Queen's face on them, but you have a stake in that country whenever you buy a single coin from any of those nations.
Yep. You know, in Jerusalem, people say Yerushalayim.
Yerushalayim.
Yeah. One of languages I speak is Hebrew. So Yerushalayim.
You're something else, man.
Yeah.
I have fun with you in my stories because I see you as you're going to be doing so much stuff when this thing gets to the other side. You just wait.
Yeah, exactly. We will be doing a lot of interesting stuff, trust me. Okay, so I think it's time to finish. We all enjoyed, and as I said, you know what to do, right? You have this link that just download it and post on your account.
Just like I did the other day, I'll do it.
Exactly, yeah, because you will get more attention. Remember this, Bill Gates? This time it will get attention. About virus, right? I think this time it will get attention.
It will definitely get attention this time. Oh yeah.
People are not scary. People need to be scared, right? How come people are not scary? This time you'll get attention. So please post on your channel and let's get attention.
Let's do it, man. Let's blow this thing wide open. We're at the bottom of the ninth. It's the bottom of the ninth with 2 strikes. Let's go ahead and win the game.
Right. Okay. SilverGameOfThrones, thank you very much. All the best. Bye-bye. It was no bullshit channels. Bye-bye.